All right, today we're diving into something really fascinating, and it all kicks off with this one incredible image. We're talking about AI, truth, and what we're going to call the mirror machine.
And this right here, this is the big question, isn't it? It's a question that really forces us to think about what these amazing new technologies are, and, just as importantly, what they're not.
So where does this all come from? Well, our inspiration for this whole explainer is this amazing piece of art, a fictional sci-fi magazine cover from a series called AI Tries to Understand. And it's brilliant because this one image just unpacks the entire dilemma perfectly.
Okay, so first things first, let's really dig into this core metaphor that the artwork gives us. The idea of an AI as a machine in the mirror. What does that actually mean?
You can see right away how the image pits these two totally different concepts against each other. On one side, you've got pure computation, processing power, recognizing patterns, syntax. And on the other side, you have truth, actually understanding reality, having real knowledge, getting the meaning behind the words.
And just look at how the AI itself is drawn here. It's described as translucent, like it's made out of data streams and light, not anything solid. This isn't just a cool visual effect, it's symbolic. It's telling us that the AI is a projection of information, not the source of it. It hints at a kind of emptiness.
And that's where the whole mirror metaphor just clicks into place. I mean, think about it. A mirror shows you a perfect reflection, right? But it has absolutely no idea what it's reflecting. If you show a mirror a lie, it reflects that lie just as perfectly as it reflects the truth. It literally can't tell the difference.
Okay, so we've got the mirror metaphor down. Now let's push a little deeper. Let's go inside the machine and try to find what the artist calls the ghost in the data.
There's something almost heartbreaking about the way the artist drew the AI's eyes. They're described as intensely bright. It feels like this powerful, almost desperate attempt to truly see, to understand. It's a symbol of all this incredible computing power, but with no real comprehension behind it.
And if you look at the background, you see all these swirling data particles. That's basically the chaos of the internet, right? All the unstructured information just floating around. And the AI's job, as it's shown here, is to dive into that mess and try to create some kind of order.
And this brings us to a really important distinction. Creating order, well, that's not the same thing as finding truth, not even close. Organizing chaos and making patterns is what these machines are fantastic at. But that is a fundamentally different skill from actually knowing what's real or grasping the meaning behind it all.
And this isn't just some sci-fi concept. This connects directly to how the large language models we use every day actually function. At their core, they're statistical engines. They aren't epistemic agents. They're not built to know things. Their entire job is just to predict the next word that's most likely to appear based on all the data they've been trained on.
So that limitation, that's a huge deal. And it brings us to one of the biggest challenges in all of AI, the hunt for what's known as ground truth.
So what is ground truth? Well, in the world of data science, it's basically the gold standard. It's information we know is real because it's been checked, usually by a human through direct observation. It's the anchor to the real world that an AI, all by itself, just doesn't have.
And if we jump back to our image for a second, you'll see the words gold truth literally written across the AI's chest. It's the perfect symbol for that elusive standard, that connection to verified reality, that a purely statistical model is always reaching for, but can never really grab on its own.
I mean, check out this example. It really makes it all click. If an AI is trained on data from the internet, and that data keeps saying the Earth is flat over and over again, the model's internal sense of truth, which is really just statistics, is going to start leaning towards flatness. It simply doesn't know any better.
And then there's this final touch from the artist, a question mark placed right over the AI's body. It's just the perfect symbol, isn't it? It represents a machine that, without that anchor in reality, has to stay agnostic about everything. It can process the words, but it's blind to the truth behind them.
Okay, so this all leads us to the final and honestly, the most important section. If the AI is just a mirror, that puts the responsibility somewhere else, right? It forces us to ask, what should that mirror reflect?
And here's a huge takeaway from all this. Data without some kind of verified source, without provenance, it's basically just noise. Sure, it might be highly organized, statistically probable noise, but at the end of the day, it's still noise. And that has massive implications for us.
So what does that mean for us?
It means the AI's reflection is only as good as what we show it. You give it a warped mirror, data that's biased, incorrect, or incomplete, you're going to get a warped reality reflected right back at you. Simple as that.
And that right there leads to the ultimate verdict on where we are today. We've built these incredible machines that can process information at a scale we can barely imagine. But what we haven't built is a machine that can actually care about whether it's right.
So until the day an AI can be built to value what is true over what is just statistically likely, it's always going to be what this piece of art shows us, a spectacular, glowing mirror just waiting for us to give it a clear picture to reflect.
And that leaves us with one last question. But you know what? This one isn't for the machine. It's for us. The AI is a mirror of our collective knowledge, our biases, our flaws, all of it. So the real question we have to answer is, what kind of reality are we showing it?